Hello friends, we have so many mounted general available within the game. Game is releasing more and more general one after another with some sort of the changes. So we have to identify what exactly is the difference in between the all of those generals, right? So that we can make the right decision in terms of identifying which one is best and with which one we have to proceed. So recent release one is this Chang Yaojin. So firstly guys, we gonna compare it with the very recent release, one of the top general, that is the Marco Polo. Now apart from it guys, before speaking about the difference, as nowadays in the games there are so many generals that is giving the great march size. So firstly guys, we need to understand how much is the march size for you. Suppose if you're deciding on the basis of the 10%, so you need to understand how much exactly the 10% for you so that you can make the right decision. So guys, now comes down to your rally sport. You can see over here white number. I think this is your base mark size. So whatever the percentage you're going to add will going to apply over these white numbers, and this is what you're gonna add within your mark size. So I'm there at the K38. At K38 mark size is the 460k, and if suppose you there at the level 40, then mark size would be the 550k, I mean the base mark size. So suppose you adding the 10%, then it would be the 55k. And suppose if you there at the K45, then base mark size is the 860k, and you would be able to add the 86k if you are adding up the 10% mark size. Now apart from it guys, I think this is the base mark size and there are no factor that is altering this particular base mark size. But for a safer side, I will suggest that you come down over here and do what, remove your generals and see that what is your mark size right now. As I can see, it is the 2029100. So now I will add the one general where the 10 or 12% mark size is there, as I'm going to add the Hestia. 12% mark size book is there, no red star, no other mark size is there, and not even in the specialty Hestia is having the mark size, right? So in total, I have added up the 12% right now, and I can see the 2084 is the my total mark size right now. So if I will look at the difference, it would be the 55k plus something within my total mark size while adding the 12% mark size. So it is exactly according to the this particular number, right? So that's how guys you can identify what exactly or how much you are adding up within your mark size, right? But again, do cross check, over here as well, as I informed you right now. But if in case these number look same for you, what I'm showing right now over here, so that means this is clearly the base mark size, and there is no alteration happen if it is same for each and every one of you. Now guys, we have understand the mark size, how much mark size we are actually able to add up. So now we are going to look at the general stats guys. So now guys, let's check it out, the stats of Chang Yaojin and Marco Polo. So even just by looking at it guys, you can see that definitely within the attack, Marco Polo is standing out while Chang Yaojin is having the lower attack stats compared to the Marco Polo. And even if I will look at the basic attributes as well, then it is almost the same. So even when you would be upgrading these general, there would be almost no difference in terms of the attack stats. So whatever you seeing right now over here, it would be almost or approximately the same when you would be upgrading these generals. Now let's look at the mark size. 10% in total mark size difference is there. Marco Polo is having the 29%, while Chang Yaojin is having the 39%. And very recently, guys, I have showed to all of you how much exactly the 10%, right? So suppose you there at the K40, it would be the 55k, but do cross check from your side as well, on a safer side, so that you can make the right decision. If it is the 55k, then now you know how critical it is for you, and you can make the decision, right? Now apart from it guys, if we will look at the debuffs, Chang Yaojin is not giving any debuff, while Marco Polo is having the debuffs available: ground, defense, and HP. Most relevant one for the any attacking mounted general, right? So if I will look at overall guys, 230% mounted troop attack for solo, for rally in total 245% is definitely pretty good within the Marco Polo, while Chang Yaojing is standing at the 180%. But there is a one biggest difference in between the Marco Polo and Chang Yaojing. Guys, what exactly is your requirement? Are you looking for the attacking mounted general, or are you looking for any general that could be usable within the reinforcement as well, right? If that is the case, guys, then within the reinforcement, Marco Polo will lose huge kind of the buff, because all of his buffs are the condition based, right? So this general is not for the reinforcement, right? While on the other hand, Chang Yaojin is definitely and can be usable within the reinforcement as well. Plus, on the basis of these ground attack, ground stats, this general can be used within the mixed march as well. But again, guys, there are the few other factors as well, like skill books as well. What whether it can take all the skill books or not, that will also the deciding factor as well, right? But guys, if I have to suggest with which general you should proceed, as long as guys you don't have the any reinforcement kind of mandatory requirement, I don't see any reason why you should be switching out from the Marco Polo and proceeding to this particular general, right? So guys, this is the difference in between the Marco Polo and Chang Yaojin. Now guys, as Chang Yaojin is the new general, so let me show you the difference with the other general as well, so that you can understand that what kind of the difference is there if you have to compare it with the previously released generals. Now guys, let's check it out, the Chang Yaojin difference with the Washington Prime and the Napoleon. And this is the new general guys, so let's compare the stats with the Washington Prime and the Napoleon so that you can make the right decision. Firstly, guys, we will look at the attack stats. With Covenant, it would be the 180% in total, and defense 150% HP, 80%. And if I have to compare it with the Washington Prime, it would be the 160%, so 20% attack difference is there. In the defense, also difference is there, and in the HP, the Washington Prime is way ahead. Now, in terms of the march size, guys, 39% in total, and here we have the 31% in total. So there is a 8% march size difference, right? And just recently, guys, in the starting of the video, I have informed all of you how you can check on the basis of the march size how much troop you adding within your march size, right? On the basis of whatever your keep level is, right? So now you know that how much troop you will be able to add if you have the 8% mass size difference, right? So guys, suppose if you are unable to attach those attack skill books within the this particular general, still this particular general would be ahead of Washington Prime in terms of the attack on the basis of these attributes value and the raise of this 9.63, while Washington Prime is having the 9.02. Minimally, guys, if I have to speak by the level 40, at least if I'm not wrong, might be more, but around the 10 to 15% buff difference will gonna be there, right? But it also depends upon your victory column as well. You know what exactly is the level of victory column, right? Because that increase the basic attributes of general. So it could be different for the different players, but definitely the difference will come up when you would be there at the level 40, and by the level 45, I don't know what kind of the difference is gonna be there. Now, apart from it, guys, in the defense stats, definitely Chang Yaojin ahead of Washington Prime and will remain ahead of Washington Prime when you would be upgrading the general. But in the leadership stats, the difference will only going to widen in between the Washington Prime and the Chang Yaojin. If I will look at the base attributes of these generals, right, and the rise on these base attributes. So guys, now you have to make the decision. Even if you are unable to attach the skill book, suppose attack skill book you are unable to attach on the Yang Chang Yaojin, still attack value would be higher than the Washington Prime. In the defense, Chang Yao-jin would be ahead of Washington Prime. In the HP, Washington Prime would be way ahead of the Chang Yao-jin, and the some mark size difference is there, right? So this is the difference in between the Chang Yao-jin and Washington Prime, and guys, you have to make the decision on the basis of it, right? Now, if I have to speak in between the Chang Yao-jin and the Napoleon, firstly, guys, mark size difference is huge. I think 13%, and if I look at over here, the 39%, it is almost around the 26% mass size difference is there, right? So on the basis of your keep level, now you already do know how much troop you will be additionally able to add within your mass size, right? So now you have to make the decision on the basis of it, right? Now, apart from it, if I will look at the stats of the Napoleon and the Chang Yaojin attack, defense, and HP, then definitely Napoleon is having the way more attack stats, 210% in total for solo, and for rally it would be the 225%. That's by any mean is not less, right? Now, guys, Napoleon might not be having the bigger mark size, but for many of you, this is not the something that you should take lightly. The range debuff. Suppose you rallying and all minus 15%, range attack debuff is definitely a pretty good, I would say, right? Because it's pretty relevant to our mounted march. And in the defense stats as well, guys, if I have to look at the difference, definitely Napoleon is having the better defense stats. And if I will look at the HP stats, guys, the 80%, and over here we have in total 75% for mounted, and in rally it would be automatically around the 83%. That obviously would be relevant to many of you. And looking at the basic attributes and raise over it, then definitely Napoleon, when you would be upgrading, easily able to gain the more HP stats comparatively to Cheng Yaojin, right? So guys, if I have to speak about the difference, apart from these mark size, as such, guys, I cannot see, what exactly are the stats that is available within this particular general standing out as compared to these generals, right? Now, one factor definitely is there that Napoleon is also the attacking general, can't be used within the reinforcement. It's not like you cannot use, but the point is what that you will lose the lot of the buffs, right? While in the Chang Yaojin, you will not going to lose almost to nothing, while within the reinforcement means specifically reinforcing any keep. So guys, in the end, if I have to speak about it as such, I don't see a reason, right, why, many of you, should be thinking about making a switch to the Chang Yaojin, just on the basis of these, mass size difference. Again, guys, it depends upon you. If you're giving the high value to the 26% mass difference, then it is up to you. Otherwise, if I will look at the other stats, as of now, I don't feel that, there is a value in switching the general, right? If you have the Napoleon, go ahead with that one. It's doing the pretty great job, pretty great stats are there, right? Debuffs are there, right? So as such, I don't see a reason why you should be switching to the Chang Yaojin, right? Or I would say, guys, you should wait. Game is releasing the lot of the general one after another with the some sort of the difference, and in the coming time, for sure, you would be having the more great generals available, right? Now, guys, if in case in the end, if I have to speak about whether you should switch your general or not, right? So suppose, guys, if in case you have Marco Polo, then I don't see a reason why you should be thinking about the changing, right? And even if in case, guys, you have the Napoleon, then still I don't see a reason, why you would be proceeding to the this particular general, right? Until unless you have the, any mandatory requirement that I need the one general that would be usable within the reinforcement, right? Then that's the different story. Otherwise, if you're looking for the attacking mounted general, then already you have the Marco Polo available within the game, and I don't see a reason, why you should be making the changes. And again, another factor is also what that you have to check it out regarding the skill book part as well. If in case attack skill books you unable to put it up, then definitely, guys, this general will lose a lot of the value, right? So yep, guys, I think yep, this is it for this particular video, and thank you, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video, and bye bye for now.